Would you like to know how to find clients for your interior design business? Then in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 things which need to be kept in mind before you reach out and get that client for your interior works. So let me just quickly share my mind map over here with you. And here are these 3 things. So when it comes to reaching out to a client for your interior design works, the first thing is you don't reach out to them and you don't find them, but they need to find you. Okay, and here is a psychology over here. Okay, because see, there are two kinds of leads. And what do we mean by leads? Any prospective buyer for your services is a lead. So there are two kinds of leads. One is, it could be either an inbound lead, that means somebody themselves asking you for completing their work and for doing their design, and other could be an outbound lead, wherein you know that there is a requirement and you reach out to them for that project. Now, according to you, what do you feel will have a greater impact? Somebody reaching out to you and asking you to do their work, or you reaching out to them and asking them for work? It's a no-brainer question, right? Obviously, an inbound lead is going to be having a greater impact, because when they are reaching out to you, they look at you as a position of authority and they already have some kind of trust inside of you, right? And that's the reason they've reached out to you. So the first point is, let them find you rather than you finding them. Okay. Now, you might be wondering, hey Sankash, how do they find me? I mean, I have just started. Or even if you have some experience, maybe they might not be knowing you. So how do they find you? Now, this is how they find you. Okay, so the second thing is that you need to create your client persona, and we need to go a little bit narrow and very specific onto that persona. That means to identify who exactly is your client, what do they do, and what are the problems. So let's look into these 3 things. Okay, so the first thing over here is, who is your ideal client? Yeah, now your ideal client, and we need to go very specific into this. Okay, so your ideal client could be either a business owner or some high net worth individual who is an employee, or maybe they could be someone who lives in a particular location. Now, if you are living in a location where you don't have your clients nearby, it's futile serving that particular location. You might have to change your location, right? And what is their age group? Like, do they belong to a particular age group that you want to serve? Now, all of these factors need to be thought about. And once you know about the specificity of your client, the second thing is to identify where do they gather, where do they congregate, and where do they love spending their time. Okay, now there are two places where they can go. Okay, either they could go online or they could meet and spend their time offline. Yeah. Now, when it comes to online spaces, you have social media, websites, blogs. So you need to identify, where do you think is this ideal client spending their more time on? Are they spending most of the time on YouTube, or are they spending it on Facebook, LinkedIn, or what are those websites that they visit, and what are those kind of blogs that they love reading, or do they even read blogs? Yeah, that is what we need to figure out. And after that, you can also figure out the offline areas, like, do they have a membership in a particular group, or do they belong to a networking group? Yeah, now membership could be any membership in a local swimming pool, membership for a sports team, membership in a gym, could be anything. Okay, so what are those online and offline spaces where they spend their time, these people? Okay, now once you have clarity about these 2 things, the third thing is to figure out what is their problem. Now, depending upon that specific client, the problems change. Okay, every specificity is very important. The god is in the details. Now, when you know their problems and the problems which your ideal customer is most likely to face when you are serving them and when they are taking your services, because just think about this, people actually don't care about how much of knowledge you have or how much of expertise you have. What they actually care is, are you able to solve their problem? Yeah, can this guy solve my problem? If you are able to solve it, they are hooked onto you. Yeah, so these 3 questions need to be asked: who is your ideal client, where do they spend their time, and what is their problem? Now, once you have identified these things, then the third thing is to quickly take action and now this is the time to fish. Okay, so here are two things. So the first thing is that you set a lot of hooks. Now when it comes to fishing, what do? We set up hooks and we put a bait on that hook, so that whenever a fish gets attracted to that bait, they click that bait, they get that bait, we pull them off, right? So similarly, you need to put out a lot of hooks of solution to this specific problem that your clients might face. Okay, now when you put out these solutions, a lot of solutions, and these solutions you put them out in the form of content. Now content could be anything. It could be images, videos, educational videos, blogs, or anything that you're putting out, but it needs to be a solution to this problem. Yeah, and you need to put them out in the places where your ideal customer is spending time on. Okay, wherever they are spending time, you need to set up these hooks. And the second thing is that you need to keep on doing this process consistently, because you never know when someone might reach out to you, because these consistent efforts, placing these multiple different hooks, that might lead to 5 clients in a month, to 10 clients in a month, to even 100 inquiries in a month. Okay, so now you might be wondering, how do I do this consistently? I have a lot of work. I have to look into the operations of my business. I need to look into the designing part and getting the materials done, managing the work from the different laborers. How do I do all of this stuff? Now, if you are wondering how to do this, let me tell you, there is an easy way on how you can actually automate this step. If you want to learn more about this, I would like to invite you to my upcoming webinar. It's completely free webinar. Please click on the link below, which I've given in the description, so that you can register for my webinar, where I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 secrets to get consistent quality clients for your interior design business. Okay, just click on that link, and if you want to continue this journey ahead, you can come onto the webinar, and you can also ask me questions in that webinar. All right, so if you found this video to be useful, just click on the like button and hit the subscribe button, so that you never ever miss any of these kind of informative videos from me. Great to have you here till this particular point of time. Thank you so much, and let's meet in the next video. Bye bye.